All right, Michelle, thank you. The verdict is in for the U.S. soldier accused of handing over military and diplomatic secrets to the website Wikileaks. Private Bradley Manning was found not guilty of the most serious charge he faced, but he will still likely face a long jail term after being found guilty on other charges. CCTV's Jim Spellman is in our newsroom with the latest. Jim?
Mike, observers in the courtroom say Manning appeared to smile when the not guilty verdict on that most serious count was read, but Manning's problems are far from over. Not guilty of the most serious charge of aiding the enemy, guilty of most of the rest. That was the verdict handed down by a U.S. Army judge in the case of Private Bradley Manning, a U.S. Army intelligence officer who leaked hundreds of thousands of classified U.S. documents. Morris Davis is a retired U.S. military lawyer who testified in Manning's defense.
But he never once mentioned any animosity towards America or favor for al-Qaeda. He was a young man that was disturbed by what he was seeing his country do. So I don't think you had that intent to abandon America and help the enemy here.
In arguing that Manning aided the enemy, prosecutors said that by giving so many classified documents to anti-secrecy group Wikileaks for distribution, he knew that terrorist groups like al-Qaeda could see the secret material. The judge rejected that argument.
To try to extrapolate and say, well, he should have known that this would end up in the hands of al-Qaeda was a real stretch.
Come on, fire.
Manning was also found not guilty of a charge related to releasing this video of a U.S. airstrike in Iraq, but was convicted of 20 other charges, including stealing government property, committing fraud, and most importantly, espionage, which some fear could have a chilling effect on future whistleblowers.
Because historically, the Espionage Act charges have been brought against spies and against traitors, and not against people who leaked information to the media with no ill intent.
In a statement, WikiLeaks head Julian Assange praised Manning. Bradley Manning's alleged disclosures have exposed war crimes, sparked revolutions, and induced democratic reform. He is the quintessential whistleblower, he wrote. Even after the guilty verdict, supporters called for the Army to free Bradley, but that's not likely to happen for a very long time. Sentencing in the case begins Wednesday. Now, even though he was found not guilty of the charge that carried a potential life sentence, he could still face 136 years in a military jail.
And, Jim, that's a whopper, 136 years. Effectively, that is a life sentence. Is Manning expected to get that severe sentence?
Most experts feel that he's likely to get a sentence in the 20 to 30-year range, but it really comes down to what kind of message this judge wants to send. If she wants this case to be a strong deterrent to future leakers, she could give Manning a longer sentence, Mike.
All right, Jim Spellman live from our newsroom. Thank you.